Savage AF, y'all. You know
hey.
what it is, man. Forget your feelings. Facts matter.
Yeah,
Ha!
I barely made it here. Couldn't find my keys.
Welcome to your show. That's one of those life happen things.
But this is for you people. This is for you to know things that we know that you don't know. That now that you know that we'll know you'll know.
Huh?
That made complete sense. Don't even try it.
Savage AF, man. Forget your feelings. Facts matter. We talk politics, hot topics, current events, and then I don't give a fluff kind of style.
We
are
fluff.
grown men.
We don't say fluff.
Well, we do in the first few minutes or
okay,
so.
so fluffish.
The algorithm says don't curse too early, but don't worry. There's plenty to curse about it, and we'll be fluffing it up. That didn't sound right.
Yeah, that sounded horrible.
Man, fluff y'all.
Yeah, see, but fluffing, let me tell you something. It's an art, according to a couple of friends of mine, and it's a craft.
Well,
if you're a fluffer out there,
it's an industry in the valley as well. That being said, we are here to talk politics, hot topics, current events. We are your hosts. I am Black Pedro.
I am Shang, and thank you guys for following us. Thank you guys for checking us out. Also, it's very important that you check us out on certain platforms like Instagram, because it means more than humanity, children's tears, and your grandmother's hip. So
she's got another one. Tell her to lean.
Right. So lean on it. So make sure you follow me at Comedian Shang. Make sure you follow this young man. We got this young man right here at Black Pedro, and you'll feel better. You'll have stronger orgasms. Your feet stink, and Jesus will love you.
Wait, it'll make your feet stink?
Your feet won't stink.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
Okay. Because that'd be an odd reward.
Your feet won't stink. And Jesus, if you believe in Jesus, then he'll love you.
He's there for you.
Yeah.
Most importantly as well, make sure you follow us on YouTube.
Yeah.
The YouTube channel, we are youtube.com/c/SavageAFWorld, all one word. When you get there, make sure you subscribe, get notified, share, comment, rate. Bootleg it. At this point, I don't even care. You know what I'm saying? Make copies. Good luck selling the DVDs, but get it out there. You know what I mean?
They don't really use DVDs anymore.
That's what I'm saying. Good luck with it.
And this very important part of it too. I'm going to sing it. Ring the bell.
Get notified.
Ring the bell. Make sure you ring the bell. Sometimes I get mad about doing the show because I get mad about the shit that's going on in the world, and then how do I convey it?
Watch the table tap.
I'm not, but I'm doing it soft. I'm doing it soft.
He knows. Mike gonna pick it up.
Listen, look at that. You can't hear that. You can't hear that. You can't hear that.
Yeah,
you liar.
That's what the mic is.
All right, but no. All right, I won't tap. But again, it's difficult sometimes to be savage when you feel like it's hopeless.
Yes.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like it's hopeless.
Well, that's what the savagery is for. We don't think, we just react.
Yeah.
Like soldiers.
Just like that lady that got interviewed in New York for pro-life. Did you see it?
She got bip-bipped.
She got bip-bipped.
I didn't really get to see the whole clip yet, so I didn't include it in today's show.
But hey, so you're allowed to kill babies? And she said, "Is that ain't the shit I'm trying to say?" Bip, bip. And she slapped, blap, blap. She busted her eye up, man. And part of me was like, yeah, you deserve that bip bip. And part of me was like, if you can't handle the conversation, dip the fuck out. Nobody was forcing. And this woman was a bison of a woman.
Yeah, I mean, they both seem to have some momentum behind them.
Yeah.
But that being said, we gave them the YouTube.
We gave them the
Instagrams, also on Threads. Okay,
which is the same shit as
at Comedian Shang, at Black Pedro, Blue Sky, or as I like to call it, Blue Ski.
Yeah, so make sure you follow us.
Same names, different game.
We're gonna get into the show, and he's gonna give you the rundown of what we're gonna talk about. But I'm gonna tell you right now, this shit right here, man, the way this country's going so fucking upside down, backward.
Just be patient, Shang.
Everything
will be all right.
Yeah, just hey, your 401k,
it's all part of the plan.
Hey, it's gone.
Be patient.
You'll be all right.
Did you need your 401k?
Do you really need it? Do you really need it?
You'll get it back.
Yeah,
don't worry.
Can't believe that one person on MSNBC was interviewing someone from the financial network and actually said, hey, you know what? Who needs a 401k? Stock market going down? So what? That's not a big deal. And I just feel like sometimes I want to go back to stabbing.
Well, you know,
not that I should say stabbed.
I'm
because
about
after that kid.
yeah.
Stabbed,
I'm about nonviolence. So for me, I'm just like
that's a lie.
no. But I just hope
That's
after they left the studio, they stepped into an empty elevator shaft. Like it's
Okay.
the other thing.
So you wish some, you know, some.
I mean, that's an accident.
Some Final
That's an
Destination
accident.
shit.
Yeah, like that's not murder.
No,
or
but
anything.
I can say this right now pertaining to Pedro. That bullshit about nonviolent. Don't go to a class reunion with this motherfucker.
I'm about self-defense.
No, it wasn't.
All my class reunions have gone perfectly fine.
They've gone.
It was a wedding.
Okay.
Things go crazy at wedding. Hormones.
Okay.
Everything's up.
So I'll give you a pass since it was a wedding.
Savage AF, man. Fuck your feelings. Facts matter. Shout out to those who have another important thing about the YouTube channel is that you can catch us live on it. So shout out. I see a couple of regulars, Gina, LG. I appreciate y'all being there. What's good? I know our formatting is different. Shout out to Pettycast Studios.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's our new setting nowadays. We're doing things a little differently. We're no longer sitting in our living rooms Monday through Friday like hermit comedians waiting for the pandemic to end. So we are back in studio, giving you a slightly different format.
Right.
But I am wearing better shirts nowadays.
Yeah, he looks quite snazzy, and you don't know I have a lot of ferns. See, because I had a lot of ferns in my place.
He couldn't find the door.
Yeah,
that's the only reason. He was a little tardy.
And I know they think a lot of black people don't have ferns. We got ferns, and we know what ferns are. The beautiful plants.
Turning one of those brothers. Matter of fact, the fern is from Africa.
It's like
it's from the African language, Africanus.
And then some horticulture person goes, no, it's not.
They're from
Shut up.
They're from Jersey.
Shut up, devil. Whoa.
This herbology experiment.
Yeah, that shit got that went 0 to 60.
Savage AF, man. Fuck your feelings. Facts matter. Let's get into it. Black Pedro, comedian Shang. As of the recording of this episode, it is April 9th, 2023. In the time-space continuum. If you are getting this message, it is too late.
It's too late. It's about to go down, everybody.
We're gonna end today's show. This is your daily run-up. We're gonna run up on you.
Yeah.
We're gonna end it with the Shangri. Today's topic in the Shangri.
Panicked.
Delete.
You gotta say it different. You gotta say it like
delete.
There you go.
Okay.
That's how you say it. That's my Shangri.
I see what you did now.
Yeah, delete. Yeah.
Before that, we're gonna get into a Black Pedro pop-in. The old adage, it works every time. Defense wins championships, guys. Let's talk about it.
And so do kickbacks from the mob.
Hey, crime don't pay.
I'm just letting you know.
Before we get into that, fine, China. See what I did?
I see now, yeah. When you read it, it doesn't come off the same way.
This is a personal prediction of mine, but I do believe that the Mandarin candidate, not the Manchurian, but the Mandarin candidate will lose to Ping. Gigi, that is. But we'll talk about
it. Okay. We can talk about it.
We can
I have some information on it. I have some inside information brought specifically from Savage AF, and I will be sharing it with you people.
His name is Shang, so he has Chinese connection.
I have some people I know.
But before we get into that, no take backs, guys. Okay. It was from when we were kids, but you voted for him. Now you got to live with it.
Yeah.
And speaking of living with it, Savage AF, fuck your feelings, facts matter. Again, it as of the taping of the show, it is April 9th, 2025. And everything is sort of Tariff-Bull right now.
Okay, I see what you did.
We're in a Tariff-Bull
situation.
What he did
with the Tariff-Bull. It's a pun, and at the same time, I think it's smart but awful.
No, absolutely. Yeah.
It's what's
one of the worst things I do with my brain.
No, not the pun, the tariff stuff.
Oh, the Tariff-Bull. Sorry. But it's some bull as well. So today, and we weren't on last week due to extemporaneous circumstances.
Yes.
No problem. Shit happens.
But thank you guys for making our clips. I put 2 clips up on Instagram and on my page and on the other one, and we got thousands of views. So thank you so much for that.
We'll take that.
So for missing the show, you got to see the other clips.
But we did. So we weren't able to talk about the impacts of the tariffs that did take effect last week. And what we did see last week going into the end of the week, into the weekend, was a plummeting stock market, You had the staunchest of rich Trump supporters, from Joe Rogan to Dave Portnoy.
Yeah, and then the one guy that was like, "I just lost $7 million. I don't know how to."
Portnoy.
Is that Portnoy?
Barstool.
I don't know. I don't know what to do. I wish I didn't lose $7 million. And then the next week it's like, I don't even want to talk about it. $30 million. And then I'm just sitting there going, motherfucker, you still have $90 billion left.
Yeah,
you'll be okay.
Yeah, but you know, to hear those voices speak out about it, you know, you can only imagine how your average American who has their 401k tied up in the market, to watch them, you know, shit their pants.
My stocks went down, and this is the other thing they said: people are painting rocks to look like eggs,
and trying to sell them.
Yeah.
Be the heaviest dozen you've ever had. You're like, oh,
yeah, this is a pretty
broke my
heavy dozen of eggs. Don't worry about it. Just get them.
Yeah, these ones, you don't crack the egg cracks you. Eh? Yeah. All right.
No take back. Sorry.
But that being said, today, as of the recording of this, the Trumpty Dumpty administration announced something that they said they weren't going to do.
That they weren't,
but a 90-day pause or freeze, and I'm gonna use air quotes.
No, it's not a freeze
for those watching. A freeze on the tariffs that went into effect last week.
Right, but this is the other thing.
By the way, government efficiency going great.
The orange cunt stick in charge actually said, "There's no way the tariffs are going through. There's nothing can stop me." And what I think he's doing is making the market and other people like Canada, Mexico, China, and on go, hey man, this back and forth shit, we ain't moving ours. So,
according to Trump, they're all lining up to kiss his ass, and they've been overwhelmed. It was one of the bigger words.
What, they gonna kiss it through the pamper?
Overwhelmed by the amount of response from nations, but. So the reason I used air quotes on the freeze part, right? The freeze on these tariffs is that what's really happening is that it will be an across the board 10% tariff on all nations, including the island with the penguins.
We got to get that money off them.
What is the currency that we are getting from the penguins?
Okay, I'm letting you know. Look how the penguins dress. They dress very
snazzy.
They're very fancy.
Tuxedo design.
I don't know. They don't have pockets, but I know they got money somewhere.
Yeah. So, but even the penguins are going to get taxed 10% across the board.
Isn't it crazy that we live in a society that goes, yeah, this guy, that's my winner.
Yo, fuck that. If I got to pay rent, penguins got to pay rent.
And
fuck you, penguins. You understand me? You're a weird bird. You swim, you can't fly, you're fat. I've not seen one fucking feather.
Hey.
Maybe you're not a fucking bird, all right?
They are birds.
Maybe you're just a goddamn fucking leech on society. Pay up, you fucking penguin piece of shit.
Let me tell you, I'm speaking for the Penguin Coalition.
Sorry.
That was out of line.
Sorry.
That was wrong.
Happy feet.
Yeah. But not only is he going after the Penguin Island, he's going after another island that basically has U.S. troops on it. That it's just U.S. troops on it. There's no one else. And he put a tariff on that.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what the fuck he's doing, but I don't blame him because he's been insane for a while. I think he's been insane. He sucked on gas pipes a long time ago.
Oh, no.
I think it's all the people that are around him that are condoning this behavior. And it makes me want to just go back to just sucker punching these people.
Well, we'll get into what I really see, because that leads to a point that we're about to get to.
Right.
But just to lay out the facts, fuck your feelings first. You'll get a 10% across the board tax on all nations, except one of the biggest producers in the world, China,
which is going up to
124%.
And you know who else?
That's 2 and 1/4 times what Chinese products would cost them.
Right. You know who else not getting tariffed? Russia. Mother Russia's not getting it. So,
oh yeah, for some reason they claim because they're in negotiations over the war.
That's bullshit.
Blah 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 blah. Sounds like you his bitch. But that being said, there is then no freeze on tariffs.
There's no freeze on tariffs.
He's just pausing the ones that were enacted last week, right?
Right. But the other ones that's on Canada, Mexico are still in effect. And also Canada said, suck our dicks, bitch. Our shit is going through at midnight if your shit is going through at midnight. So Canada's not playing.
That is, I'm glad you brought that up because it is conditional. Shout out to me, you, Mizzo Williams. I see y'all out there. It is conditional. That 10% across the board. That is only for nations who do not retaliate.
Right.
So, there's all kind of caveats, conditions. The basic reality is, though, that there has been no pause on tariffs.
There's no pause on tariffs.
He is still increasing tariffs on every nation around the world and 2 1/4 times on China.
Yeah, and this is the other thing. This is how bad it is. When China, Korea, and Japan, who don't fuck with each other at all, they're like, when they start holding hands, I saw the video of their conference, and they did some Voltron shit. One guy punched the other guy's fist and connected, and then the other guy connected, and they're like, Voltron robot tax monster. I mean, they did this shit, and this is the wild shit. And they've had beef for decades.
Oh yeah,
and yet
centuries,
and yet this is how bad they see Trump as a threat. So all you people that are saying he's making the world a better place for you and me, you're full of shit. And I'm starting to hate it. I see people on social media that I just was like, I want to crawl in their house and wipe my balls on their fucking loaves of bread. I really do. I want to wipe my balls on there. So when they taste their bread, they go, why is this bread so salty? You know why? My balls, because you're the one saying that he's saving America. He's doing things different. He's a genius. He's 6 times bankrupt. How the fuck do you bankrupt a casino? Casino are money makers, and yet they still see him as their Jesus. So
here's what is going on. I do believe, because this is what I felt like I saw today. I've heard a couple other talking heads comment on it, but it was the first thought that popped into my head when I heard Trumpty Dumpty speaking today. Or I think as he was going even into the weekend,
right,
he was saying like, this is a great time to buy, and like buy, and then you come back a few days later. Hey, my mom's in the building. Hey, mom.
Hey.
Again, go to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/c/SavageAFWorld,
and we're live.
And
right now,
we are,
and
are
his
live.
mom is watching.
But yeah, exactly. Yeah. But it sounded like clear market manipulation to me. It's just like you enact these insane tariffs, which is something he's commented about publicly before. It's just like,
but he said that
you do it so insane that people have to react. So you come with these insane tariffs, and then a few days later, you're like, never mind. And then everybody's, okay, cool, it's all good. And the market, after his announcement today of this pause or freeze, the market shot up. You know what I mean?
But then the market stabilized and went back down. So
yeah, I'm just saying. But
remember that.
But you know what I'm saying? Because we might be like, for a few minutes. That's all it takes for these guys.
Right.
They go in buy low. It pops up to some margin, and they're like, cool, I'm out. And that's why it dips, because the motherfuckers who made all the money pulled their fucking money out.
But it dipped back down.
And now the rest of us are sitting here like assholes, because now you ain't never going to get to go on the Viking cruise on the river in Europe when you want, whatever the fuck.
I know that for me financially, I'm going back to stripping at old folks' homes.
Yeah.
Okay. And by the way, their site is not that good, so they tip big. They don't know they tip big, but they, it's like, I'll give you a 20.
They don't know.
And they don't. And it's $100 bill.
Can't even see.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw, I'm seeing more market manipulation than some.
Oh, no.
And what's her name? Caroline Levitt, fucking evil press conference Barbie. She was out there like, obviously some of you in the media missed the art of the deal, but the president was making a great deal, and it was like art. It should be like a museum. His deals should be in a museum because they're like art. That's why they call it the art of the deal, because it's like a museum.
He's got something on that woman because she just lies like a rug.
Bro, she is an evil witch. She loves this game.
Yeah,
she likes to go out there and be combative and lie. She is built for it. Heartless.
And one time for like 3 minutes, she said, Trump's your daddy. Trump is your daddy. He's your daddy. Say hello to daddy.
The art of the
daddy.
Deal.
Okay, even though he didn't write Art of the Deal and he didn't come up with Art of the Deal, he's still your daddy. Kneel before daddy. And when I saw that, I just thought this lady, either he's got a piss tape on her or somebody pissing in her face or something. I'm sorry I said that with your mother watching, but I think they got a piss tape on these people.
My mother peed before. She knows what it is.
Oh wow! I didn't mean
not on somebody,
but in general.
Yeah, she's
okay.
She's familiar with you.
The other thing about the tariffs is it's a mob tactic. It's like, hey, maybe I'll let you slide if you kick me back a little bit of something over here. You kick me back a little bit of something over here, and I'll let your country slide. So I think that he's doing that too.
Country slide sounds like a party in Texas.
It's just to the left,
to the left, to the left,
to the right. To the right. But I'm telling you, I think that he's doing that because I think he's doing it. He did it with the lawyers in New York, where he threatened them. He threatened to not give them access to governmental agencies and information. And the ones that combined like Voltron to go against him, he went after them and then they complied saying, hey, if you give me a break, we'll do $40 million worth of, lawyering for you.
Yeah, it's these deals aren't so artful to me.
Yeah, y'all, the media are some bitches. I think when you look at what Target did by bitching up by going with the DEI shit, you bitched up because you wanted to.
That's why they got their ass boycotted.
Yeah, not only boycotted, they dropped $40 billion, and now they're making T-shirts begging people to come back. They got T-shirts saying "Black women matter."
Yeah, I bet they do.
And people of color matter. And these purple shirts, I saw them, and I hope people don't get duped by that.
Don't worry, my mom said no. I've said way worse about all of them, including the F word all day long.
Okay, so
don't get her started, Shane.
Yeah, so
she's on probation. Savage AF, man. Fuck your feelings, facts matter. We're gonna keep it pushing.
Who says that?
We're gonna keep it pushing, man. My mom's wild. Well, speaking of results of all of these, whatever you want to call it, market manipulation or tariff wars or just
chicanery,
dumb fuckery, nut fucking shit. There are no takebacks, guys. If you're out there losing money and you voted for Trump, flush your head down the toilet. Or I've got a great holiday gift for you, a blender hat. Put it on, turn it on.
But a lot of people saying they're having regret, especially some MAGAs and some of these Republicans. And a lot of the Cubano community in Miami is like, I didn't know he was going to try to reverse citizenship for us. We meant the other people. And now they're getting deported. And then there's other people that they're snatching off the street and deporting. So I think that their regret is a little too late from a Venezuelan jail.
Well, and that's the thing. Whether you're whether it's financial or social or something political, you lost your job in government, and you voted for him. That is the FAFO we've been talking about.
The FAFO been in
the fuck around and find out. And some of this stuff is real. I think a lot of people were just like, yeah, kick them out, yeah, get all the immigrants. And then it was just like, Maria,
yeah,
but I love Maria.
Yeah, what happened?
Why would you do that?
Like Maria? All of a sudden you see Nana was in the kitchen, and all of a sudden you see the plate just fall and start spinning, and she's gone. and it's like, hey, you want some ice? Yeah, I'd like some ice. No, not that ice.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they grab grandma and snatch her out. But the bottom line is, right now, a lot of people that are having regret are the people you saw in the streets with the Democrats. That's another thing we missed. There were thousands of people out across the world out marching against Trump. I mean, thousands and thousands, especially the big cities, was hundreds of thousands of people. And Republicans were actually out there. There were some Republicans that were out there with them saying, I'm a Republican, but this shit is fucked up.
Yeah.
Did you see some of the footage?
Oh yeah, I mean, across the
bananas.
nation,
it was bananas.
I think they have more protesters in Vermont than they have people in Vermont. You know what I mean? It's like people were out in the streets.
Yeah.
But as you say, many of them were Republicans.
Regretful Republicans.
Yeah, and I feel not 1 ounce of empathy, sorrow.
Man, that's fucked up, man.
I have zero feelings for
you, man.
Because they voted for it, and it was all right there. It's like it goes back to my thing of like, if you say that you didn't think he was gonna do the things that he said he was gonna do, then I don't know what you were voting for. You're voting for somebody who you didn't believe was gonna do what they said they were gonna do. Like, so
it doesn't make sense.
Like, yeah, like go fuck your brain. I hope it gets kicked in the head by a flying cow. See, you got to add little details with these threats, right?
Well, I think
where it's like it's highly improbable that a flying cow is gonna kick you in the head. But if it did, I'd feel so good.
I don't feel sad for them. I don't feel bad for them. I just feel like I want to be able to mock them as much as possible. I think mockery, not only it makes me feel better when you make fun of them. It's like, oh, you lost your job. Well, give hand jobs under bridges. Like, I want them to suffer, but at the same time, we're suffering too. If you're a Democrat or a progressive, we're getting fucked over too.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, but
so it's
but like we knew that. That's why we didn't vote for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we knew the fuckery was coming. It was being said out loud. So that's why I have zero sympathy for the people who voted for it and now are so shocked
that it's actually happening.
It's actually happening. My mom, by the way, said her and her daughter, also known as my sister.
Yeah, I think that would be your sister.
But her and my sister, they were out there in the streets, and she said she'll be out there this Friday at her Social Security office.
Because Social Security is about to get the axe.
Now, Mom, I do not have bail money. I need you to understand this, okay?
You know what?
I do not have bail money.
I got you because he did it the last 2
If we have a GoFundMe next week, y'all know what this will be about.
It's just her behind bars.
Free Lolita.
But no, I think that right now, if you see how people are going about it, I personally think that they better show up this time for the fucking election, for the midterms. So if we lose in the midterms with all these people that went out and that energy dissipates, fuck y'all too.
You said there were 5 million people protesting from Alaska to Australia.
Well, there was a lot of people protesting, but the bottom line is a lot of black people. Did you see that movement? A lot of black people said they're not going out and protest because we know what happens when we go protest. It's rubber bullets and smoke grenades. So I think especially,
it's going to affect them, especially after January 6th, like black people. But I think we're in that sit back mode. Like, y'all need to work this out. I mean, we're gonna let freedom ring and march to the heavens sink. But like,
I'll repost your post.
You can't.
That's about it. And there's a lot of people felt so betrayed. And I was watching a thing with Charles Blow where he was on with Don Lemon, and he said it took me about 3 weeks to the betrayal of the fact that they would pick this felon, this 34 count felon, this corrupt man over this woman just because she was a person of color. And I don't think it was just that. I don't think it was just she was a person of color. I think that the things that she wanted, like housing and kickbacks,
crazy
taxes,
and
help for the kids. What the fuck was she thinking?
I'd rather have my younglings starve. Do you understand me?
I'd rather have
than to help a black, brown, Asian, red, medium red, that tan skin. What are the ones that kind of look Mexican and Chinese at the same time?
Filipinos.
Okay, I can't even say the word.
They're called Filipinos.
I don't even jalapenos.
I'm looking at the counter right now. We just lost our whole Filipino following. Just like that.
Muay Thai to you too.
That's racist. That was racist.
Is that
a little racist? Yeah. No, jalapenos are actually associated with Mexicans more than they are Filipinos. You didn't know that?
Oh, y'all get the fuck out of my country. You understand? That's what I'm trying to tell you. You son bitch. You son bitch.
And right now the deportations are at the number they want. So now he wants to have power over the military to make it even stronger, where he can go into neighborhoods and just canvass all the people and get them out. So all you people that voted for him, you fuck around and find out moment is happening. Pedro has no empathy, and once you get hit in the face with a cow, which I don't know who the fuck throwing cow. What kind of strong motherfuckers out there throwing cows?
I also recently saw the movie Twisters. So it's
the one that was flying so animals stupid.
And just objects.
You watched that movie? I watched about five.
It was free.
I was even free. I watched.
It cost you time.
I watched a part of it, and I said, I like by the first Twister, I go, I get it.
Come on, man.
And that was
what it was going to be.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
All right. Speaking of not good, the economy. Let's turn to it. Savage AF, man. Fuck your feelings. Facts matter.
The segue.
Follow at Comedian Shang on Instagram.
And follow at Black Pedro on Instagram and on let me see what
Threads,
Blueski, and also you can follow me on TikTok. Mine is Comedian Shang on TikTok. Just had a clip go viral. Thank you so much, you guys, for watching it. And I hope that I can go viral again and make this show go viral. I want something. Well, I already know that the racist shit he did just now is a very good chance we're gonna get either flagged. Man. Yeah, that was a little racist, man.
Listen, buddy, let me tell you something.
See, right when you do that voice.
Your name's Shang, and we're about to talk about China.
Wait a minute.
And I'm just gonna tell you, buddy, I'm uncomfortable.
You got some fucking nerve with a name like Pedro Hernandez. You're lucky. You know what? ICE is outside waiting for you right now.
I'm a patriot. That is my code name.
That's your code name?
I am a government operative.
You pick a Latino sounding code name?
Yeah, sure. Blend right in. I'm going to infiltrate these gangs.
So the people the feed is filled up quite well.
Lady Hazel May, I see you joining in. Thank you for chiming in.
All
right. Well,
the economy.
And
are you hurting from it yet?
I mentioned here's my secret to America, guys, and finances in general. If you stay poor, you can never get poor.
That makes complete sense. So
can't break me. I don't have change. Okay. No, I'm not necessarily feeling it yet.
You're not feeling it yet?
But I don't have a lot of money tied up in the market. But
that's a good hit.
But I work at a place in Beverly Hills where some of the richest people.
Right, I've been there, and it's $78 for.
There's been a little bit of downturn.
Well, I bought a straw from there, $78.
Yeah, there's been a little bit of downturn, right. But a lot of these people still have it, but they are feeling it.
I got in a fight at Whole Foods. Okay. Over a muffin.
The last one.
The last muffin. I told that bitch, I said, that's my muffin.
You beat her with a day old baguette. And then you can hurt somebody with a hard baguette.
It's starting to show up. But the economy, they said the economy, even with this fluctuation, even though he said 90 days freeze, what it's doing is it's causing different companies to go back and forth and not know no stability. And now people are like, the businesses are like, fuck it, I got to charge more because I'm going to get hit eventually.
Well, so here's the thing, right? Here's what it really is. When I say the economy, there's this one specific aspect because with this quote unquote freeze, there is still 124% tariff on Chinese products, right? The world has worked out. Right. Trade is on a global level, right? This ain't Trader Joe's type shit anymore, right? And I'm sure they get a bunch of their shit from China too. But like China has just become, a nation of highly skilled manufacturing driven society, right? Where they're producing for the world, and it's like, okay, if you make these and sell them to us at a certain price, then we'll buy a bunch of them, and then us as Americans, we get the new phone, and the technology and stuff. But all I'm saying is, I heard a theory recently that kind of, got my ears up, as they say, gave me a Scooby-Doo, like, oh,
Okay.
But this idea that, you know, China might, and, you know, wouldn't put it past them to really just say, you know what, fuck all your intellectual property and all of this shit, and you know, trying to respect laws and shit. Bitch, we can copy all your shit and make it cheaper and sell it wherever the fuck we want to. Like, literally, fuck you guys.
Like, no, it'd be fuck are you.
See, you didn't have to.
I made it racist, but
you didn't have
they said if we made an iPhone here, it would be $30,000.
Yeah, dog, you'd have to finance that.
Yeah,
shit. Like,
it'd be $30,000 per. Whereas in a Droid, you motherfuckers would only be $22,000.
And
okay, but does it work? But
gas not included.
But us trying to talk shit to China, didn't you ever hear the saying, God made 10% and everything else was made in China?
I've never heard that, but
that's how big the market is with everything made in China. In fact, every suit you see and the ties you see and the Make America Great Again hats, guess where all of them are made?
China.
So going at something as someone with that kind of market power is just sucker shit.
So, you know, that's why I believe that if Trumpty Dumpty really wants to go head to head with Ping, I'm not sure, like, financially, like economically, like, we have become so this is the bullshit with the tariffs, right?
Okay.
Is the pitch to you guys out there that don't read,
to the people.
Yeah, and your ears are full of wax and you just can't get through this stuff. Here's what the pitch is to you, is that the tariffs are going to force foreign companies and American companies to produce products in America,
right,
and thereby create more jobs, and it'll be good for the American worker. Here's the point. The reason why all the jobs left and all the manufacturing went overseas is because it is too expensive. Because of our standards of living and blah, blah, blah.
And also $900 for a Slinky toy.
Yeah, so it's too expensive to produce these. It has become too expensive to produce these things here. That's why they don't happen. But if you think these tariffs are going to force all this production back, guess what you're going to find? We closed all the plants, dick munch, fuckhead ass.
And for us to make and for us to make new plants, it would take 6 years. You stupid bitch.
God, this would take years to get production back up to a global scale.
Yes,
and keep us competitive. Like, also, it would not happen.
Tesla knows, because fucking Elon Musk knows, that a lot of the parts that's in a Tesla, guess where it comes from? China. So you're not going. Now he's beefing with a lot of them because he's like, yo, you starting to fuck with my business. So that's why you see the president on the lawn trying to help sell Teslas. You know.
I mean, yeah. So it's all this big circular scam.
It's called a fuck circle.
And in the meantime, I think he's manipulating the markets. But I think the wrong market to fuck with is China. Are the ones who make all the shit we need. Like you said, it's not like every product, but it's like vital parts for these products. I also saw a clip of one of these financial dickhead dudes, but they know the shit, and they're like, the reason that they are partnering with China and whatnot is because they found that China just has like this immaculate technical workforce,
right?
Like they've built trade into sort of their trades craftsmanship into their national identity and education and training, so that he's like, if we need some of the parts and things we need for these electronics and whatnot, they need like highly tuned, finely engineered machinery to just create the little parts,
right?
So and he was like, if you ask for a machinist in America, you might get a room full. Whereas in China, you literally have like millions.
There's
of
a town
people.
There's a ton of them, and also you might get a full car, but you don't have any hinges on the car because they make the hinges, and you want those hinges, so you go to drive your car and the shit fall apart because you ain't got no hinges.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a lot that comes through there, and part of it, they were buying a lot of soy from us.
Yeah,
right. Like we were growing soy here. right?
But not anymore. In fact, the farmers took a hit, which I don't
That's
give
what
a
I'm
fuck,
saying.
because a lot of you farmers voted for him because I thought he was going to make sure the nigglets get kicked out. And so right now, did I say nigglets?
Yeah. Well, we'll check the tape. I think this is being recorded.
I think I did.
Damani Jones, we see you in the building. Better late than never, brother.
Yeah.
But yeah, they thought it's always voting against their interests, right?
Well, that's the norm. And right now, a lot of them that are feeling the pressure. I'm glad your asshole's hurting. I'm glad that your family's suffering, because that's what you wanted on other people. You felt like, well, it's okay if it happens to them, as long as it don't happen to me. And it's happened to you now. And I just want to say, now that you're feeling pain, suck our dicks.
Speaking of which is going to get gross once underwear starts costing, $600, and y'all as a family are going to have to start passing down underwear from generation to generation.
They're going to sell all part of the underwear except for the band.
Ain't nobody getting their dick sucked with all that cheese in it. Savage AF, man, fuck your feelings, facts matter.
I'm going to start investing in just underwear bands.
Just
the band.
Bands make her dance. All right, y'all. We got 2 more segments for y'all. Savage AF, fuck your feelings, facts
is easy.
Facts matter. We have reached that time of the show where what your boy does. I hit him with that little pop in. It's your boy Black Pager with the little pop in to let you know what's popping. I'm gonna give it to you something like this.
Hey. It's your boy Black Pedro popping in. Hey, with another popping to let you know what's popping.
Hey, it's your boy Black Pager with another popping to let you know what's popping. Ha! God damn it, son. I don't know how many times I'm gonna tell you can go out there, wear all the fancy shoes you want, jewelry, necklace, get your hair done, fresh haircut, just whatever, nice socks.
Very good.
All the accessories,
nice
sweatbands, headbands, wristbands, all the bands. But goddamn it, defense wins championships.
All right, so
I'll tell you that right now.
What happened?
Did you see the national championship game on Monday?
I saw part of it.
So the NCAA tournament, one of the best sporting events on this earth, concluded on Monday, this past Monday, with the championship game between the Cougars of Houston and the Gators of Florida. University of Florida versus University of Houston.
2 places I hate with a passion.
2 coaches had
2 teams I hate with a passion.
2 states for me. It was hard to be like Texas or Florida. Neither.
Yeah.
But that being said, both coaches had an opportunity to win their first championship ever. I don't think Houston has won since Phi Slamma Jamma with Akeem Olajuwon and Clyde Drexler and those guys.
Yeah, since the movie Breaking came out. That's how long. I'm serious.
Yeah, I think so.
Had their first hit when
Olajuwon was cutting down the nets.
Yeah, when they won.
Without a ladder, by the way. He could just reach up and cut the nets. But that being said, it was about all you could ask for. I think we're looking at a 1-point game with like 16 seconds left.
Right.
Houston is down like 1, and they push the ball up court. You get into a half court set, with plenty of time. I think with about 11 seconds left, they get it to a guard. He turns around to go shoot a 3. It was gonna be a long one, and it was extremely well defended to the point where I saw one of the most bizarre things ever. Like, Houston, with as much time on the clock as you would ever need to at least throw something in the air in the direction of the basket, did not get a shot off. Like, didn't even attempt a shot. Like, in the attempt, the kid in midair realizes his shit's about to get swat-a-tat-tatted, right? Great defense, Florida. And, a lot of people talk about Houston not getting the shot off at all. But, for me, I did want to highlight that Florida played amazing defense in this situation. So the shot was going to get blocked, and the kid, he could have done a million different things, but he let go of the ball, and then he can't touch it again, or it's a violation. So it didn't. The time ran out, and just
who did you want to win? Neither.
Michigan. So since Michigan wasn't in it,
you didn't give a fuck.
I was leaning towards Houston only because the coach is black. And that was
back to that shit again for you.
Hey, we got to get something, man.
But no,
it's gonna be this brother's first time. And then this cracker from Florida came and just stole it by playing by the rules and scoring more points. You see how they do us?
See how they
stay woke
when actually played better. Who the fuck do you think you are playing better? I think that when I watched the clips of it, it made me feel like that kid is going to commit suicide.
He probably had NIL money. You move on to the league, kid. I mean, it was you live and you learn.
No, it's not live and learn. That's one of those things where he can't buy sleeping pills.
Well, now that's why I don't want to harp on that. I didn't want to because
that's the clip they're showing the most.
I know, but the reality is,
what are you talking about?
It occurred in the way it did because Florida played great defense at the end, contested cleanly, and prevented the other team from even having the ball thrown towards the rim. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And ultimately that is just magnificent and perfect defense. So rather than downing this kid who's already richer than me from Houston, I'm gonna big up the Florida Gators for playing amazing.
And I'm gonna
defense,
say, hey man, don't kill yourself.
Well, that's implicit.
You fucked up. You should have threw something in the air. Don't kill yourself. You should have did something.
Double pump and
something. Kick him in the nuts. Do something. And
he could have thrown the ball off.
Right. He could have done anything.
But listen.
Don't cut your wrist.
I couldn't make my high school's basketball team. You know what I'm saying? So to get to that level, to be on that stage, we two old ass men.
Yeah,
entirely out
talking
of shape.
Shit about this shit.
God damn it, son, get your ass out.
Throw the ball, motherfucker.
Why didn't you?
But no, right now, it's just like any other thing. The same thing with Seattle, where they didn't give it to Beast Mode at the last minute and didn't let him run it in for a touchdown. It's the same feeling. But Beast Mode's such a gangster motherfucker. He just said, listen, I'll just go to
because that's not on him.
That wasn't on him. But that was on him.
Yeah, I mean, it's a team,
and they keep showing it.
Thing.
They keep showing it over and over again. And that kid somewhere in a basement just put a bottle of liquor and a bunch of pills.
He'll be fine.
Yeah.
Savage AF, man. Fuck your feelings. Facts matter.
Right.
That was your Black Pedro pop-in for today.
Yeah.
We always end with the maestro.
He likes sports. I like certain sports. I like violent sports. I like MMA and boxing, and I like assassination shooting.
Okay.
Yeah, which is very popular.
By the way, speaking of it, went to the range this past weekend.
You getting good?
Dude, we were skeet shooting.
You good?
Nigga, I'm ready for competition, bro.
You can shoot?
Bruce performed like a champion.
Wow.
My shotgun was blasting clay mortars out the sky.
I'm not as good with a shotgun, but a handgun, I'm John Wick. No, I can go with the handgun, but some reason when we went to the range, it kept when I was shooting it hurt my shoulder. It kept hurting my shoulder.
Gina Emerson said skeet. I need you to stay focused.
Yeah, you're making it nasty.
Okay, we were talking about
skeet
marksmanship
shooting. Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm gonna let you know my Shangri is just
wow. This one sounds like it's gonna be heavy, guys.
It's a little heavy. It's not as it's just information more than entertainment. And I choose violence. So no. Hey, what's going on? My Shangri today is called delete. That's what they're saying pertaining to everything pertaining to women, people of color, and specifically Black soldiers. They have really just made my ass chap. And I don't know, I've never took a mirror and looked at my ass chapping, but I feel like my ass is chapping. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know if I go. Okay, my point is,
if my ass is chapping, don't tell me.
Yeah, well, my ass is chapping metaphorically, pertaining to the fact that nobody seems to be up in arms, and that's crazy. Those words, up in arms. Skeet. The fact that they are removing all of these different soldiers that aren't the Jackie Robinsons. I'm talking about other generals and 3-star generals, 2-star generals off of all the websites. They're taking women that actually were, they were a pinnacle part of the fucking wars we've been in, and they're taking them off the websites. Right now, they're removing so many people off of websites. They're removing them off of school websites of teachers that actually made a difference pertaining to that. So what's making me angry about it is not the fact that they're removing it, because I'm not surprised they're removing it, because they're trying to rewrite history and whitewash history. What's bothering me is people aren't upset about the fact that our motherfucking history is being whitewashed. Are you kidding me? They said Malcolm X was a white dude from Buffalo. That's the new narrative. You didn't see the new pictures of him?
He was kind of light-skinned.
Yeah, he was light-skinned. But the point is the fact that you, general public, you fucking slackjaws, you're more worried about what is going on with housewives than you are the fact that our fucking history is being erased. It's being erased. And there's a lot of generals that deserve this honor to be seen on these websites, and they're just not being seen now because people are saying, hey, there's nothing that ever happened bad. And right now, this is the narrative they're trying to shoot to the schools. Slavery was not detrimental for Black people. They want to teach that in schools.
Well, Shank, our shirts are made of cotton. Come on.
No, this is not actually cotton.
What is that? African?
It's
tweed.
It's made of rice pellets. Somebody had to, but the point, I don't know.
You'd be speaking some boogaloo language with your feet in the dirt
if it wasn't for
praying to the juju on the mountain. Come on, Shang. That's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. Look,
all right.
You wouldn't have cool tattoos.
I wouldn't have any tattoos because the ink, wherever the ink came from, I think that the bottom line
hat.
Yes.
Wouldn't have that.
The lion. The bottom line is, I want everybody out there, make sure that you get anything pertaining to our history and make sure that you keep a hold of it. Byron Allen is actually putting millions and millions of dollars into it. Go to the website, go to my not only go to my website, I have a link there. Also go to my Instagram page. Byron Allen is actually putting a coalition together to make sure that our history is not wiped away. There's 44 schools right now that want to teach the narrative that slavery was not bad. It was something conducive for us. And that is not the truth. And if it goes through and we forget about it, then 10 years from now, people are going to think slavery was a good thing for us. And why are we bitching? Why are you bitching? There was never any, hangings or, there was never any of that. The only thing that was hung was us.
I'm going to tell you like this, because we, Generation X here, right?
Yeah, I'm generation what?
You're probably Gen X, probably like the beginning of it.
Yeah, I'm not millennial.
You're not a boomer.
Not a boomer. Yeah, I'm a boomer.
You are?
I don't know.
You guys fucked up everything, man.
Yeah.
No. All right, so Gen X, right? Like this is like our time to take control of things, right? We're like in our 40s and early 50s and stuff.
70s
right?
for me.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna tell you like this to my fellow Gen Xers. If you're raising a child right now and that child comes up to me talking about how slavery was good, I am going to kick your child in the chest.
Yeah.
Do you understand me? You know better. If you allow this to happen, your child will teach it to him if you want to, but you better teach him, don't come say that shit out loud to Black people.
Right.
If your child comes to me talking about slavery was good for Black people, I'm going to kick your child in the chest.
Tell your child to put his arms out, turn his head, because guess what? Full chest action. It's going to be foot, chest, push, hurt, pain.
Sternum bruise.
Yeah, but think about that. And again, go to my website. I'm going to have a link where we're going to be compiling information so you can, keep track of what's going on. Also, Byron Allen's company, IAG, make sure you check that out. And you'll see there's a lot of information that's being wiped away that we have to save. It's not as shangry and angry. It's just, I'm letting you know. Don't forget.
His edible kicked in.
Yeah,
woo! Thank you. Right on time. Chill. Savage AF, man. Fuck your feelings. Facts matter. That's your shangry for today. That's your show for today.
Yeah, we'll see you in a bit. I think. Are you going to be around next week?
I'll
next week.
I think we'll be here, man.
Yeah, and we're going to have some. I want us to have a guest on I'm gonna bring a guest.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited.
Yeah.
Hey, that sounds exciting, guys. Savage AF, man. Fuck your feelings. Facts matter. We'll be right back at you next week. You can catch us live again on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/C/Savage AF World. All one word. My mouth is falling apart at the end here.
Yeah.
But that being said, we thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you for your support, and also the people that love penguins. That wasn't me that said the shit. That was him.
No, man.
He got this shit against penguins, and it wasn't me. Penguins are the cutest little birds. When I was a kid, I wanted a penguin.
Man, you ain't no bird if you can't fly.
I wanted a penguin. Ostriches are birds, and they can't fly.
But you could ride them.
Oh, that makes it better.
Yeah, if I can't use you as transportation.
But man,
what do we do with penguins? You can't eat them.
Can't eat them.
Then that it's all.
Well, you could eat them.
I mean,
you shouldn't eat them.
You're in a bad place.
What is that? Penguin. It's a plated penguin. You ain't never heard that.
Yeah, that don't sound right. Savage AF, man. Fuck your feelings. Facts matter. We'll catch you guys next time. In the meantime, in between time, just know this.
Yeah, it's right there, man.
That if you are white and you voted for Donald Trump, you are either really, really rich, really, really racist, or both. If you are not white and you voted for Donald Trump, you are either really, really rich or fucking dumb.
Never liked you geeky ass motherfuckers.
Deuces.